everyone, welcome back. It's been a while, I know. I apologize for that. It is raining. You can probably hear the rain. I'm wearing the same jersey I've worn in the previous 2 videos. Don't worry, I do have other clothes. The thing is, I've just come into my little caravan and I've just done a painting. As you can see, I've got paint all over me. Don't know how that got there. Anyway, yeah, so I've just done a painting, and this is the jersey I wear in the winter when I paint. So it doesn't matter. It probably has paint on it already. It's fine. Its purpose is to come and do paintings in the winter because it is cold in this caravan. So anyway, today I wanted to talk about stress, anxiety, depression. These are things that so many people battle with because we all have stress. Everybody's life has stress. I mean, I don't know a single person who just doesn't have stress. And the key is, how do you deal with your stress? Because you need a way to deal with your stress, let's be honest. Now, I spoke about my dad who got sick and passed away, and shortly after he passed away we immigrated to Ireland, and let me tell you, the stress involved in all of that actually caused me to have anxiety, proper full-blown anxiety, and I would have severe anxiety attacks, so badly so that they were controlling my life. I couldn't do normal things. I couldn't climb in my car and drive somewhere. I found that most of my anxiety attacks happened while driving. I don't know why, because I actually love to drive. I love driving. For the 19 years I've been with my husband, every time we go somewhere, I'm the one who drives, you know. So it's very weird that it sort of happens mainly while driving. But the attacks would just happen out of the blue for no reason, you know, it just happens. And they were very difficult to deal with. I landed up still back in South Africa on very strong medication for it. I actually didn't know the medication I was on was that strong. This is just the medicine the doctor prescribed to me, so I mean, you know, I just took it. It did help. It did help. I did still get anxiety attacks, but not as often and not as bad as what they were. So, okay, that's fine. Then we got to Ireland, and of course I went to the GP. Well, I found a GP in Ireland, went to him, handed over my prescriptions of whatever medication I'm on, and he said, "Whew, this is a very high dosage of this medication you're on." But I have no idea what it's called. I said, "Oh." And he said, "I don't actually feel very comfortable giving you this very high dosage. I would never really prescribe such a high dosage to anybody." So I said to him, "Well, to be honest, we've just arrived in Ireland, which is of course very stressful, and I still get anxiety attacks on that high dosage." So I said, "I feel that lowering the dosage right now might not be the best thing. Maybe we can wean me off the medicine a little bit, you know, lower the dosage after a couple of months." He agreed. So I landed up taking that medicine, I would say, as it is, I landed up taking it for about another 2 years. Again, immigrating is hard. It's very hard, it's very stressful. So yeah, we kept me on that dosage for about 2 years, and then I felt confident in lowering the dosage a little bit, and we lowered the dosage twice over a couple of years. I can't remember exactly when, but I know we lowered the dosage twice. The thing is, the medication made me quite zombie-like, if that's the word, which I didn't like. So I was not having as many anxiety attacks anymore. They were quite a bit less, but because I was so lightheaded, or not quite all with myself, I still didn't feel confident in driving long distances or stuff like that. So I thought, well, the anxiety is quite a bit better. I feel like I might be able to start doing things again, but that the medication is stopping me. So Shana, being Shana, I just stopped taking the pills. I just stopped. That's it. Didn't take them again, which is not the correct way to stop this medication. The way to stop this medication is to wean yourself off of it. No, Shana just, stop them. And I was fine. I still had the odd anxiety attack, but it wasn't something I couldn't deal with myself. I figured out over the years techniques to do while having anxiety attacks, to calm myself down, to get myself through it. And I would just, if I had an anxiety attack, I would just do one of the techniques that I had discovered, and I would be fine, and I would just carry on again, And I've never been back on that medication, which I'm very happy about, to be fair. So I actually wrote a book. I'm no author, don't get excited. It's nothing fancy. But it is a book that I wrote, and the book outlines all the different things that I do when I have anxiety attacks, when I'm down, when I'm depressed. I do get very depressed. Depression is also something I have suffered with since 2016. I wrote a book with all the tricks that I have learned, things that I do myself to help me through it. And I put it in book form. The book is available in Amazon. I will link the book down in the description below. If you suffer from anxiety or depression or whatever, it's like I said, it's not a big fancy book. It's you can probably read the book in an afternoon, and it just outlines different things that you can try to naturally heal yourself from anxiety and depression, and just relieve some of that stress that you have. I also like to practice grounding or earthing, but being in Ireland and being winter, I don't personally do grounding by using grounding mats or grounding sheets or something. For me, I ground by standing barefoot on the grass or walking through the forest and, putting my hands on a tree, or sitting on a beach and digging my feet into the sand. That is how I ground, which is very difficult to do in wintertime in Ireland when it's raining and freezing cold or snowing, so I don't tend to do much grounding in the winter, but that is also something that really helps. And I wrote a book on grounding too, just by the way. Also a really cool book telling you how grounding helps you, how it all works, how to do it yourself. Again, nothing fancy, a book you could probably read in a day or two, and full of information about grounding. Again, I'll link that down below. It's also available in Amazon. But stress is something that we all have, and stress is something we all need to deal with. And 2 weeks ago, I got some really hard news, and it has caused me a lot of stress. And for the next couple of months, I am going to be extremely stressed over this. And again, it's just something I need to work through. It's something I need to overcome somehow. I know I can. I've overcome a lot harder things in the past. I know I can get through this too. It's just, it's not fun, just when you think things are running smoothly, there's a fly in the ointment again, It's hard. It's hard, I've been doing a lot of thinking about moving to Ireland. Was it really such a good idea? In South Africa we owned a house. Here we don't. I don't know. I think anybody who immigrates goes through these moments when you wonder, did I or did I not make a mistake? I do like it in Ireland. I do. I said so in my immigration video. I like it here, but you do sometimes think, was this a good idea? Or, was Ireland a good idea? Ireland is a very expensive country to live. The houses are extremely expensive. Rentals are extremely expensive. There is a huge and really serious housing shortage in Ireland. These are things that we didn't really know before we got here. Because again, I didn't do a lot of research. So then you think, well, okay, I could have immigrated somewhere else maybe. But we now have age against us because we're not young anymore. I'm 53, my husband's 64. Or 65. He's 65, sorry. God, he's 65. We're not youngsters anymore. We can't just move again. You know what I mean? We can, I suppose, but no, I just can't see myself going through that again. And the thing is, we have to move again because our landlord gave us notice to move because she needs the house back for a family member. And I'm like, where the hell do we go? With a housing shortage, with rentals way above what we can afford, whereas single income home, my husband is on pension, he's 65. I don't know where we're going to go. My caravan, this wonderful dumping ground. As you can see behind me, is just full of stuff at the moment. But my caravan, I'm probably going to have to get rid of it, because wherever I go, I probably can't take it with me, which means I don't know where I'm going to do my paintings for my other YouTube channel. I don't know. Stress, right? Stress. But anyway, we shall work through it. We will try and look at the bright side of everything, because there's nothing we can do about what is causing us the stress. We just need to work through it and get out the other end. That's all. So, yeah. Anyway, everyone, just a quick video just to say hi. I am still here. But yeah, you know, we all just need to know how to deal with the stresses in our life. And maybe the books that I wrote can help someone. Like I say, these are what I do, and they have helped me to stay off my anxiety medication now. I would say for the last 4 years I've been off my medication, and it is through these techniques that I'm able to do that. So I'm not a medical doctor, and I'm not telling you to leave your meds, but I am saying that these techniques could help you to lessen the anxiety, at least a little. And any little bit would help, let's be honest. So, yeah, that's it, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, everyone.